Yo, I think I've already started like 3 different podcasts the same way just by saying yo. This is the world's most famous podcast.
Yes.
It's got millions and millions of people ignoring it, and the reason they're ignoring it is my co-host Taffy.
Hi. I argue with this host for 40 minutes straight every single.
Yeah, we can't agree on anything. I don't know why we decided to start a podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounded like a good idea. We were gonna have the host ask questions and the co-host answer them.
We were never going to do that, but that is kind of what happened.
Well, we were. We came up with the concept of the What If podcast, but that's already a thing because it's very obvious.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh my god, I remember that. We'd have like two really... I mean, technically it like kind of is just a What If podcast, but we just ramble.
Yes.
I mean, I guess the only reason we really did this is because we found, hey, we call each other a lot and talk about stuff. Wouldn't it be cool if we could listen back?
We talk about that stuff in real life, not necessarily on a call, which I...
Yeah, in real life and on calls. That was the main reason, I think. At least I know.
We did on calls?
Yeah, like, literally, I remember, like, we'd literally just, like, we'd talk before the bus comes. Then as soon as we get on our bus, we just call each other.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Well, do we have that plan last year? Because our plan for the podcast started last year and then you made it for an April Fool's joke.
It started last year. I just couldn't, like, I didn't know how. So that kind of just derailed a bit, but then I set up OBS. I kind of set up Adobe Premiere, and then we just thought, why not, let's do it. And it just happened to fall on April Fool's, and I thought, hey, that's a safety net. It was just a joke, guys. no need to drop all the dislikes.
Yeah, we did it. We went all the way.
Yeah, and now it's, what, like, week 15 or something?
We missed a week of the podcast.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's yet again not our fault. So we've still recorded every week, but you just have to trust us on this one. I mean, like, how long do you think this is gonna go on for? Like, are we literally gonna do the podcast, like, forever?
As long as we get not bored of it, in which I didn't want to do it today because I had things to do, but I guess I'm just cramming it into my schedule.
Yeah, I also have really, really important things to do, so you guys are lucky that we're doing this podcast, guys. We're really...
There are definitely people.
What?
There are definitely people that watch this podcast.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Of course there are. I get like 10 views a day.
10 whole views.
Yeah.
Okay, are you sure about it?
Even if that's on a good week.
It's on a good week.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
I had my birthday on my weekend.
Whoa, that's so epic.
22nd. Oh, it wasn't on the weekend. It was on Monday.
What did you get? What did you get?
I got a wallet and money.
Oh, okay. That's pretty lame birthday.
It was pretty nice. I enjoyed it. It was really fun.
Did you get a cake?
Yeah, I did. I got cheesecake.
Oh, a cheesecake.
And my family's like eating all of it, like all the leftovers, and I'm really mad because I want it.
Also, the fact that you've got money and a wallet, I think you're probably gonna get kicked out of the house soon. And just saying.
Yeah, I almost got kicked out of the house. Great, good fun, good times. I'm now an independent person, except I don't pay taxes or bills.
I'm recording this podcast on the street, so mind all the trucks passing by. Just gets hit.
Bang. Insert truck sound effect.
No.
Right here. That's your editing.
Okay, guys, if you hear a truck sound effect, that means that somewhere along the line we goofed up and we decided we had to edit this no matter what. So,
Yeah.
If you heard a truck sound effect, then get ready for some more spectacular
Then
goofs.
I probably said like a name or
Tread lightly.
I don't know. Said a
Bank
bad
account
word.
details.
Bank account details. All of my bank account details. My bank account details are actually
just talking about
get a random
movies, and you
number.
happen to go, oh yeah, by the way, my credit card number is 612493.
Hold on, you want my phone number? Give me a sec.
What?
Get my phone number.
Dude, this is not doxing. You're like putting your phone number out here.
Oh, okay. You didn't hear that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
okay,
I
here's
did.
my phone number. It's
I just want to say before.
So this is my home number because I'm not going to give you my mobile number. The home number is 43243945.
So anyway, guys, like oh,
Yeah, there you go. Just use that.
dude, your phone is gonna get like 10 calls.
I know. No, it's not my phone. KFC's gonna have 10 calls.
Wait, really?
If you guys want to call that as KFC's number, I'd call it, dude. I want some KFC so bad right now.
You just ring up KFC, they ask for your order, and you just go, "Hello everyone, it's Andy. Today I will be showing you."
Rip it. I should go work at KFC to pick up the phone. Just kidding. I don't want to work at KFC.
You just barge in, jump over the counter. Sorry, I have a call.
I'm working here now. This is my place.
But
Alright. On to the. What'd you do on your weekend? I had my birthday. That's really much.
I didn't have my birthday, so that was a pretty sad moment.
Okay, I didn't expect you to have your birthday, but alright. That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I didn't
Okay,
have it, and now I'm really sad.
hold up.
Okie dokie. So, what did you guys do on the weekend? I know this.
Okay.
Call on. Oh, thank God.
Don't have so. Wait. Okay. Hold on. Piggyback the conversation.
Oh my God. So, what did you guys do on the weekend? I mean, you obviously can't respond, but just respond, and I'll assume I can hear you. So, what did you do? Well, that's kind of neat. I mean, I would never think about doing that, but wow, you do you. Oh, really? That's really interesting. I had no idea that's where they keep them. Oh, okay. So that's why you didn't wear any shoes. Okay. That was my conversation, guys. Sorry if it didn't make sense. I just have to rewind and try again and see if you get the better ending.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm back now. Yeah. Hi. Let's get on with the topic of the week.
What even is that
Topic of the week is it too late to become a blacksmith?
Are there still blacksmiths just like around?
No.
No.
Oh, actually, I think there are. There is, but they do like Have you seen? There's like a bunch of YouTube channels that do blacksmith.
Oh yeah. But like, is it an actual paying job? Because technically that's just being a YouTuber.
A channel called Orme with 7.3 million subscribers, with a series called Man at Arms, Reforged, and they make fictional weapons in real life with blacksmithing techniques. It's pretty cool.
Huh.
Check them out.
But I mean, like, is blacksmithing like an actual career that like would be?
I don't think so. I don't think
obviously,
that's,
like it was a while ago.
I think you can do like cool, like commissions.
Oh
if
yeah.
you want to make like commissions.
I'm pretty sure it's illegal to be a blacksmith and not have like a 2-foot long
A
beard.
license, yeah.
Oh.
Well, okay. I was gonna say a 2-foot long beard. Yeah, that's definitely a requirement to being a blacksmith. You
Yeah.
have to be black to be a blacksmith.
No.
No? Okay, fair enough.
That's
Alright,
literally racism.
Yeah, straight up racism. I feel that blacksmithing would be, you know, like glassmaking.
Oh yeah,
It's like that, but more useless.
yeah. I mean, like,
You know, because glassmaking has a factor of artism. Artism? Is that like autism? Does it has a factor of creativity? Like you have to be good at art to be good at like glass art and stuff. With blacksmithing, it has kind of the same thing, but not as much.
yeah.
Well,
Blacksmithing.
unless you're doing like, commissions.
Blacksmithing sure is a boring and repetitive job. Hey, Taffy, what happens to boring and repetitive jobs?
Oh, they get taken over by robots in the future.
Whoa, that's such an
Segue.
interesting topic. Let's discuss more.
Okay, let's do that. Better than what I have.
What did you have?
Is blacksmithing a job or whatever? I don't know.
Is blacksmithing real?
Blacksmithing's real.
Blacksmithing is a scam invented by metal to sell more blacksmiths.
What? Excuse me? Blacksmithing was a campaign, a scam from metal to sell itself. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about the future being taken over by robots and the crash of the economy because robots are taking over the entire world.
I actually don't think robots are gonna take over.
Yeah.
The Earth isn't
I
gonna
don't think
survive
so
that
either,
long.
and it's... Oh, you're not even wrong. Okay, so Bill Nye said on an interview video.
Don't. I know where this is going.
What?
Don't say it.
Why not?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Bill Nye said that humans are the ones making artificial intelligence. So if we make it stronger than us, then we're just idiots. So don't do that. We have the control over the robot. We're smart. We're the smartest creatures on the entire planet. So if we make things smarter, this is no. It's not a pro game move. We're just not gonna do that. That's not a pro game move. We're not. No. Just don't do that. So that's what Bill Nye thinks. That's what I think. We're probably not gonna be smart enough, or we're probably gonna be smarter than to make a civilization smarter than we are. So
I mean, here's the thing
that's
though.
that.
You make something that has all of our collective knowledge and like doesn't forget it. Then
Yeah. Essentially a human without flaw.
so I guess yeah, it is like
We
like-
can make it. We eventually can make it the perfect reincarnation of ourselves without any flaws. It's mechanically perfect, but we won't do that because then it's better than us, and it can beat us, and that's not a pro gamer move.
I mean, if we give it like empathy or something, it should be right.
Empathy, what?
I don't know, just make sure it knows stabby stab is bad.
Stabby stab is no. I don't think we'll. I think we might get to a point where we can have like robots that can communicate with us, but not on a super advanced level. Like they won't understand all social cues. They won't get like hints in conversation, nothing like that. They won't understand advanced communication. But if you ask it, hey, what's the time? It'll tell you the time because we've already got that time. Like we've already got that type of technology.
No, there are some
So I
like
feel-
androids and programs who can like
Yeah.
pretty much could like make speak
like
nearly
the,
perfect.
The Amazon Alexa, Google Home, all of that. They all
No,
do
like
that.
conversations.
They all... conversations. I'm not sure about conversation. That it's. We don't necessarily have AI right now. It's just pre-programmed answers based off of. So if you ask Siri what's the time, she's just gonna check this the phone for the time and then tell you. Right. If you ask for the weather, she's going to do the same thing. But if you ask her for something that Apple didn't program into her pre-programmed answers, she won't She wouldn't reply with anything.
You can add custom questions to Alexa's.
Yeah.
You can,
but
yeah.
that doesn't make a conversation. You're making your own conversation. That's the robot doing everything. So I don't believe that AI will ever get to a point in time where it can have advanced communication with humans, at least of its own volition. And I don't think I'll live to see that day if it does happen. So
I mean, I say like
like
media and stuff say like robot takeover is literally just kind of robot, but I think it's more kind of like commands and stuff and like programming.
Robot takeover is almost impossible.
Well, here's the thing though.
Because we're not gonna make a thing, you know.
But like, here's the thing. Where like I'm pretty sure literally almost everyone on the planet is somehow online, if you know what I mean. And I guess that kind of makes us a bit too susceptible. And so
keep going ahead and do it.
What the hell did you actually do though?
I left the call on accident. Just don't worry about it. I think this. Okay, keep going.
You're gonna give listeners with Discord in the background PTSD.
Oh, right.
But no, like
that was our Discord.
Like, if you can make programs that like get people through like social media and stuff, that's technically like an overthrow. I mean, sure, there's one person behind it, but even stuff that like that can get us and can like overthrow like Instagram and Facebook and stuff, that's gonna be massive.
What do you mean by that? If there's a person behind the robot, then that robot won't take over anything as long as the person doesn't have malicious intent.
Well, here's the thing though.
Right. So as long as the person has what you think will make a robot not stab us, as long as the person has empathy or human emotion at all, like there will be no robot uprising, quote unquote robot uprising.
I'm saying like not necessarily just like actual robot like cyborg things, but like I say someone could make like a really, really big program and it just like misses one crucial step or one key that links stuff together, and it just goes around ruining everything.
No one's that dumb. If you're making a big program that has artificial intelligence, it has our level of intelligence that you made yourself. No one's gonna be dumb enough to just miss us and have it go rogue. They're gonna test it over and over with some like overriding off switch that you have to press once and everything just shuts down. Like no one's just gonna let a program loose and have access to the entirety of the internet, because the second it like starts to be able to learn, then it can it's not gonna happen. We can't make an artificial intelligence that learns by itself. Well, we can, but we're not gonna let it learn entirely from the internet and do what happens in movies where it takes all the information and like nukes the planet. It's just not gonna work.
I mean, you never know if you have enough minds working on it.
I feel that it could definitely, a robot uprising could definitely happen. When like someone messes up and you have too many chefs in the kitchen, too many chefs spoil the broths or whatever.
Too many cooks spoil the broth, you uncultured swine.
Go away! I don't care about your idioms, bro. Eventually someone's gonna slip up, make a crucial mistake, and eventually lead to a robot uprising with robots learning things from the internet, and it's gonna nuke us. And
it's not gonna be an uprising. It's just like something bad that couldn't be turned off.
Yeah, so therefore it constantly spreads. Humanity brought way down to what is thought to be like its bacterial amoeba phase. It wasn't stopped, right? So it started there, and it just kept going, and it was never stopped until it reached this point where we're the smartest species on the entire planet, right? And we control everything, it was. I believe that humanity was a complete coincidence.
What do you mean?
A single. I believe that humanity was a complete coincidence. It was a single little bacteria, little creature that evolved way too far until we became the apex predators.
Here's the thing. If like the only thing that basically put us above everyone else is our thumbs.
Well, no.
Yeah. Because
Well,
that allowed us to
yeah,
craft things
but-
and hold things properly.
You have other bipedal mammals and stuff as well that have proper working arm. But they didn't have the intelligence that we do. They aren't capable of making an economy or making a language, and that's what gets us on top. The power of communication, and
Other species have
that's
communication.
what makes us the apex predators.
If you die
It's
that
not
back
big,
down,
it's not because of brute strength.
no, obviously, if you die that back down, and you take a look at like thousands of years ago, the only thing that would put us like above everything else is being able to grab things, all the other like predators. As long as we can grab things, we can craft things, we can make things, we can express things.
Yeah.
We have a language, we have an economy that.
Yeah, like you take. There are tons of animals that have the same abilities we do. Some that do it even better, right? Like you have humans who can only run so far. Then you have animals on all fours like cheetahs and dogs that can go even faster, right? But they don't have the ability to like use arms and articulate fingers. But then you have monkeys that get close to that. They don't do what we can, but they can get kind of close, right? And they have that ability. You have dolphins with echolocation. It is a communication, but it isn't as advanced as ours. And you don't have a single species with a concept of money yet, right? So if any species other than humans want to take over humans and become apex, then they have to evolve to a point where they have all of those features, or the humans themselves make a better version of themselves.
So if in the early days all the humans in Africa, the humans just went extinct back like 20,000 BC or whenever, do you think another species would rise up and somehow like take our place now?
Okay. So the evolution line from what we think of like Neanderthals and stuff, they've evolved in a branch rather than in a line. They've evolved in a branch, and we happen to be the one on top. So I do believe that I think that many years ago, many millennia ago, there could have been a challenger against the Homo sapiens we have today. There could have been someone who challenged their apex predator position, but I'm assuming that they lost, and we kept going to be the humanity we are today. So I think it is entirely possible, or it is entirely possible for us to have a different branch of evolution, but we would still be the same human with all the same features.
So
it would branch off to different.
So yeah, you're saying it's possible, but it'd obviously be completely different. Like, chances are they won't have a government under say or stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's again, this is kind of a survival of the fittest situation, a little bit with the strongest.
It basically is. That's
in
what
this
life
case,
is.
it's species. So essentially, it's the strongest species that came out the millennia ago that they had their like little war, their little fight or whatever of evolution. Homo sapiens came out on top as the species with the most features that were needed to become apex predators, which is like hands, intelligence, economy, blah 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 blah. They were deemed the ones with the most the most of the requirements. So they become the quote unquote winners, and they now control the entirety of Earth, essentially. Except the ocean. We don't control the ocean. There's something down there that probably does.
But like, it's incredibly lucky, because you think of how long everything has been around and how short we've been around. The chances of everything coming together the way it has is just like, it's literally like, it's so amazing.
Yeah. The concept of evolution itself, it's the people that thought up of it, the concept itself, like they were really thinking about, they took everything into consideration and made a really good theory, which is why it makes a lot of sense. But then again, we don't know if it's true at all. We don't really know how the Earth started. No one was there that long ago.
But we can prove what happened.
We have theories, but sometimes there are still holes in those theories. What we have now,
They're not theories.
like the Big Bang, the gravitational pull of large masses to make planets. And there's a reason why they work. It's because they're the most solid theories we have right now. But maybe in 10 years,
they've been scientifically proven.
But think about it. Maybe if someone comes out with the theory that no one's ever thought of before, and it makes more sense than what we have, it can change everything, right?
How can something make more sense than something we've already proved to happen?
If it's been scientifically proven, right? It could work, but there's always the possibility. There's always a possibility for anything. There's always the possibility for there to be another theory that just fits the whole better.
Yeah, a possibility. It's extremely unlikely though, because
It's extremely unlikely, but there's still a possibility because it varies.
Okay,
from
here's
all
the
different
thing.
Theories we have.
You say possibility, but that doesn't mean, like, you have a possibility of winning the lottery, 1 in like 300 trillion.
Of course.
Pick a
I'm
number
not saying that it's
between 1 and 300 trillion.
It's a large percentage.
Obviously.
The possibility of a new theory that fits the whole of
It's so small we may as well disregard it.
Exactly, but it's still there. We don't think about it, and we know that it won't ever come out really, but it's still there. And when you're going this deep into things, you might as well take it into consideration. I was thinking about something before, but I've completely lost.
So you're saying just because there could be, or just because there is a theory out there that statistically we'll have no way of finding out, that means that there's a chance that we shouldn't trust what we already have?
The theories we've come out with now, we're in a very advanced state of society where we harness science, mathematics, language, and like creativity. We harness all those things to make what we enjoy and what we use now. So I think that at this point in time, we are completely capable of making a theory that is possibly 100% true. But there is that small chance that there is another theory. It could have the smallest detail changed, but it may fit the whole book. But for what we have right now, like that small concept that everyone kind of agrees on, like that's it. it's probably right. But there are still some theories that have massive holes. So,
But
I'm not sure what, but I'm sure they're out there.
but there's no point in looking for it. Like, yeah, sure, we can acknowledge its existence of the theory that there's like possibly another way everything came together, but we need to disregard it.
The other theory will come when some guy just sits down and thinks about it. Right. So we don't have to worry about now. What we have now is perfectly fine.
What
so
the theory
no
we
reason
have
for
now
someone to
was
go and find one. The theory we have now is perfectly fine. It's been scientifically proven. It completely makes sense. There's almost no holes in it.
And it's not going to be debunked by some guy sitting down and thinking.
It's not going to be debunked, but it has. There in a historian or a scientist's mind, there should always be space for a different solution, even if they know that one is right. If you think about it, you have an answer, but then you have to think about your working out. There's always another way to work it out, even if it's longer.
No, there's a difference between like.
You always have to have that space in your mind to think about the other possibilities. It may not affect the final result, but it has to be there if you're going to think about something like that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, well, like, so you're saying that we shouldn't trust what we've spent years and years and years of scientific research to conclude that it is correct just because, based on simple statistics, something will be right that will take like 1,000 million times longer to find.
Well, no, I don't think there's I don't think that there's another theory for how the world started or evolution. I think that those theories, those ones right now, are perfectly fine. They make a lot of sense. But I'm just saying that if you're thinking about something like this, that no one has solid proof. We've only got theories and then the experiments and stuff to back, right? We don't have solid proof of what happened 4 billion years ago or 14 billion years ago. So we just
we have an idea. We have a pretty good idea of what literally the universe was like.
We have a pretty good idea, but we have no way. We have no like documentation. We have no proper evidence. We've only got the results from our testing that correlate with our theories. And right, those theories are rock solid now, but you always have to think about the chance that there is another way. You always have to. It may not be right at all. The theories we have right now could be 100% correct, but you should always think about another way.
Well, statistically, they are 100% correct. If
there's no other theories, yeah, it's 100% correct. But you're not going to improve a theory if you never.
It is 100% correct because we have figured it out and we have tested and we have found that is the only way for it to work.
I'm sure if you ask somebody, if you ask a professional, they will tell you that there is a theory out there that is the only one we've got, but it still has holes. It may not be something as important as the evolution theory or the way the Earth began and humanity, but there has to be a theory out there that still has holes. Even if it's time, like the Minecraft theory, the one where the Endermans are actually like humans and stuff.
No.
Like old. So okay, this is a game theory video. Just go watch it. It's good. I'm not gonna spoil it, I guess, but that's essentially.
You just said
it's in the thumbnail, alright? You all know something. But I don't have any I don't have any way to segue this, but
I don't care about segues. I just want to say
if you get rid of the ozone layer, does it like get rid of the gravity? Or if you get rid of the atmosphere, does it get rid of the gravity?
No, we're not segueing. I want to say.
Okay, fine. Alright.
If we don't have say for example, we say look, we saw footprints of the burglar in the driveway. Then we saw his fingerprints on the TV. And then we can now see the broken window and more footprints. However, we do not have any footage of him entering the house. So there is a
Okay,
chance he did not enter the house.
This analogy is nothing like the beginning of Earth. Okay, essentially, a robbery happened 4 years ago, and now you're investigating it. The house is completely changed. The TV is completely gone. The window is completely refixed. The window's completely fixed, and you have no footage. But you have little details of evidence, and they correlate and they line up properly with experiments and whatnot.
No,
so it works, but you have no proper evidence. So it's just a theory. A robbery theory. And there's like no reason for it.
No,
it's 4 years ago.
that's like, hey, okay, although this house has changed, we can go back to the setting and we can recreate it and prove that this is the way that he went through. We've put the same, like, we have found that the universe started at a single point and continued expanding. We have figured out that. Like, we figured that out 100 years ago, just under.
Yeah, sure.
The known physical laws of nature can be used to calculate the characteristics of the universe in detail, back in time to initial state of density and temperature. Detailed measurements of the expansion rate of the universe place the Big Bang at 13.8 billion years ago, which is thus considered the age of the universe. This is all being tested, and we know what happened in the first couple of seconds of the first billion years.
Yeah, but we don't have... Okay, so we have the experiments, and they're essentially 100% right, with that small chance.
The margin of error is, like, minuscule.
Exactly,
That it should not even be considered.
It's still there. When you're talking about the science and the history of something that happened 13 billion years ago, you can't just disregard something. You're not able to just think about something this important, a theory this important, and then just disregard. Everything needs to be accounted for, even if it's minuscule and has no chance of happening.
Okay, well, what grey areas are there that need to be accounted for?
Okay, nothing. The theory of the Big Bang is essentially 100% correct.
So what doesn't make it 100% correct then? I want to know.
No, essentially nothing. But you have to keep that little space in your mind for there to be a possibility of a different theory.
So
I'm sure there are other theories.
What would this new theory
out there that
change?
have like a 77, like a 97% chance of working, right? But you still have to think about it, because society, we're only so many years in. We could go so much further, but I still think that...
Okay, so what would this
Even though
new
we're
theory
so
change then?
advanced, we're still
If
really
nothing is
basic.
wrong with the old one, then there is nothing that can be improved.
But everything can be improved. Nothing is perfect. Everything can be improved.
But you said this
And
old
the way
theory is
theories are-
99%. Like,
Yeah,
it's proven
of
to be
course.
accurate.
Yeah, sure. The Big Bang theory completely works, and I think that I believe.
So you believe that this
the theory.
100% works?
But I don't believe that you should.
No, do you
completely
believe that this theory
disregard-
100% works?
Yes.
So,
But I don't think
therefore
you should
there is no
disregard
flaw.
a possibility of another one.
So if it 100% works, there should be no
Yeah.
flaws.
Well, I think it works. It makes perfect scientific sense. But
Then
it
it cannot be improved.
If
If it makes 100% scientific sense, it cannot be improved.
I don't think it's okay for a scientist or a historian to disregard the possibility of another.
You cannot say that this is not the best theory because
It is
has
the
to.
best theory, but you don't know what the future historians and scientists of humanity are gonna say about it, right? We won't live to the time where they decide to They find something completely brand new. There could be something at the bottom of the goddamn ocean that changes the theory completely. I don't know how. I don't know, like, what's going to do it. But you have to have the possibility, because anything can happen. So there's no reason for you to just cast aside any possibility of something else happening.
So your entire argument is based on the fact that there's a chance we might find another theory.
My entire argument is based on the fact that, like, your ignorance towards the possibility of another theory that worked.
I mean, I find that you have said that this theory 100% works.
Yeah, I think it works.
So what could be improved on?
I think it works.
No?
The material that we have now. But once we discovering newer things, inventing more things, and discovering more, because most of the ocean hasn't been explored yet, and I think that if we explore more, there's a possibility we could find out something changed.
That's not relating to the question. What in the Big Bang Theory could be improved on?
Nothing.
Nothing?
You can't...
Okay. What will this new theory have then that this old one doesn't?
How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know what we're going to find in the ocean in the next 14 million years? If the Earth even lives that long. 14
million? Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Dude, humans are such a fragile species. Like, dinosaurs outnumber our lifespan like 1,500 times.
Well, you don't know how long the Earth is going to... Well, you do.
Yes, we can go.
It's going to die soon. But, okay, you don't know... Say you die tomorrow, right? You don't know what's going to happen. You can make an estimate... Yeah, to F. You can make an estimate based on what has happened through the years that you lived. But you can't be sure. You can't be 100% sure.
About what?
About what's going to happen after you die. If I've been making 5 cupcakes a day for 20 days, and then I stop making cupcakes, I can't assume that I would have kept making. If I would have, okay, so if I die on the 20th day, right? I can't assume that if I kept living, I would keep making cupcakes. Maybe I got bored of it. Maybe I got really into it and started making more than 5 a day. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I can keep assuming that I make 5.
So what does this have to do with the Big Bang then?
Essentially what this has to do with the Big Bang, right, is that what's happened so far... Wait, this has nothing to do with the Big Bang. This has things to do with what we think about in the future.
That's not what I'm talking about.
No, that was what you're talking about. No, you're just... Okay,
I'm still talking about the Big Bang.
Okay, we're going back to the Big Bang. We're dropping the argument of, like, what happens after you die. Okay, fine.
Well, okay.
The Big Bang theory.
I just want to mention then, what happens after you die? Yeah, obviously, you have no idea. Because...
But you can make an estimate. You can make a guess. Based on the things that have been happening before. So if I die now, I can make a guess that apparently the Earth is going to die soon. But maybe the whole world turns around and everything starts becoming sustainable, or Elon Musk makes a rocket ship to Mars. I don't know. Anything can happen.
So what? Okay, so by that logic, if I die tomorrow, my parents have been working every day, let's say, for the past year. Yeah. And say they're gonna keep working and like skip my funeral.
You assume that they keep working.
There's other things that be taken into like consideration.
Well, no, you assume that they attend your funeral and then like they keep working.
You don't know when that funeral is. You don't know if like weather. You don't know stuff that is based completely on random stuff that you have no basis on.
Yeah, okay, but you can assume the bare minimum. You can assume that your parents will take a break from work, come to your funeral, mourn, and then go back to work. But you don't know this. You don't know specific. You don't know what they're gonna wear in black. You don't know who else is gonna come to your funeral, because it's definitely not me.
They could both quit their jobs.
Okay, sure. That would be in the realm of the possibilities you didn't account for. That's small.
So what if I die and then like the day after I die, or like the entire economy crashes and then Australia just sinks into the ocean.
Nice. Again, another tiny little outcome you didn't expect coming. You have your main outcome, which is people come to your funeral and then keep going with their daily lives, and then you have that chunk over there that is just everything else. Literally everything else that goes wrong. All right.
Here's the thing though, you take a guess, chances are you will be pretty close. Because
if you take a guess based on your knowledge, then yes.
Because
you will be pretty close.
Just because my reality of Australia sinking exists doesn't mean it will happen just because it exists.
What?
Just because that is a possibility doesn't mean it should be taken into consideration.
No, it should be.
No, because the chances of that happening.
Okay, you think about what happens after your death, right? There are so many things that can happen, like bare minimum things. People come to the funeral. No one comes to your funeral. One person comes to your funeral. Like, you take all those. There are so many. But if you take the Big Bang Theory and then a small slice of anything else, there's two things. So you might as well take the other thing into consideration if it's just two.
Okay, here's the thing though. You're judging this as a 50-50.
No, I'm not.
Well, you're giving the same amount of recognition to the theory with a 99.9999999% chance of working compared to that tiny minuscule percentage.
Because there's only two. Okay, so technically I am treating it as a 50-50, but whether I think one will work, like, it is the Big Bang Theory is the heavy majority. But I think I don't think, right? But I want to keep a space in my mind for the possibility of another theory. I think that's just the job of a scientist or a historian, is to always keep their mind open for another possibility.
Yeah, potentially, but if something has been proved to be 100% accurate, there is no point.
I think that your mind, as a person from the general public, is ignorant towards what a historian or a scientist believes.
I'm not ignorant. I'm just saying. Well, in this case,
because you think, right? What you think is the Big Bang Theory is the best because it is scientifically proven, and it is like the leading theory.
Yes.
For the beginning of the okay. I think that as well. But I think that if a historian was to think about this, they would think that the Big Bang Theory is the leading thing. But I think that they would also think that there's another possibility. It could never happen, but I think that they have that space in their mind.
You said it could never happen. No, based on probability, it will never happen.
Yeah, based on probability, it has no chance of happening. Essentially, no chance of happening.
No, it has no chance.
You should always have that thought. You should always have that thought, because without that thought, you will never improve the theory. You will never improve the Big Bang Theory if it could be improved, right? Improving it depends on what we discover in the future. If we don't discover anything new or anything to do with the Big Bang Theory, that's fine. Like, it doesn't matter then. Like, the Big Bang Theory was clearly in the best theory we had, and then we accept that. But right now, with most of the ocean that hasn't been discovered, I don't think we can finalize a theory. We can work with one, but we can't finalize it completely. You can't really ever finalize theories. That's not what a theory is.
Yeah, it's a theory, but that doesn't mean it's true.
Exactly. So that doesn't mean it's completely right. You just proved my point. That doesn't mean it's 100% correct. So you still use it as the main... you still use it as the best theory we have.
Okay, if this theory...
You shouldn't use it as the absolute...
If this theory has a 99.999 percent chance of being accurate, then shouldn't you
Yes.
devote 99.999% of your time on
Yeah,
it?
you do. You do.
On it.
I do. Everyone does, unless you don't believe in the Big Bang Theory. Everyone devotes 99.9% of their attention toward that, to the Big Bang Theory. But when you throw away attention for a second, and you think about how many theories there are, you think about one, the Big Bang Theory, and number two, anything else. Without that anything else, we can't improve the first theory if we ever find new material. I just think that extra theory, that extra little possibility that there could be something else, should always exist, even if we don't think about it. That's it. You should always be thinking about it.
So you're saying, oh no, because you're not shedding proper light on the 99.999% chance.
I am. Right. My attention towards the theories regarding the Big Bang are heavy majority the Big Bang Theory, and then a very, very, very small sliver somewhere in the back of my mind. It takes up no time, ever thinking about it, but it's there. All right, that's what my attention is like. But then once you start counting how many theories, then you have 1 and 2, 50-50. But that's not what my attention.
Well, okay.
If I was to write an essay, I wouldn't ever use that extra theory, that chance that there's always another thing, right? But you have to think about it. You have to have it in your. When you think about the Big Bang Theory, there should always be a possibility for it.
Yes, but that possibility shouldn't be considered. Sure, it exists.
Yeah.
I acknowledge its existence.
Exactly. That's it. That's all I need. That's all I wanted. The fact that you acknowledge that it exists, and if you were to think about the Big Bang Theory, that it would also be there.
I also acknowledge the theory that there's a chance that we all just live in a massive bowl of spaghetti.
Exactly. You should always acknowledge these things, because you have no. Well, actually, living in a bowl of spaghetti isn't very scientifically proven.
How do you disprove that? How do you disprove that we're actually very, very small and in a bowl of spaghetti?
How do you prove that?
Well, I can disprove it by saying that we've proven another theory.
Okay, well, for each thing that you can't prove, you can also not disprove. We don't live in a bowl of spaghetti, right? Shut up.
Well,
We
why
live
not?
in a macaron. We live in a. Do you think that the government is trying to push global warming so that it kills the atmosphere and then gravity goes and then we can go to the bottom of the ocean? Because there's no water.
No.
I think so.
If you look at the pros and cons, the pros is